I ain't the kind to wear a tie, button up from 9 to 5. I tried that life but said goodbye. I'm not always polite, but I get the job done. Who says the world can never be fun? I'm simply unprofessional. Simply unprofessional. Yeah. Unprofessional. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Simply Unprofessional. Tonight, I am your host, Rob, and with me I have Avelos.
Hi there, Rob.
Hi, Avelos.
What did you have to pull to get me to come to one of these?
I pulled the friendship card, and I don't want to talk to myself for an hour. So Webby and Devin are both out of commission today, so it is me and Avelos. Since they're both not here and they're both big bah humbugs, we're gonna talk about Christmas.
Woo!
Woo!
Some people would say the best time of the year. I argue it's Halloween. I think you and I are in the same wavelength for that one.
Oh yeah,
but
Halloween is the best. Sometimes, Christmas comes in maybe third for me.
What would be number two?
Thanksgiving, because it's all about food.
So hold on, you're meaning to tell me that you follow the calendar and your favorite holidays? It goes Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. He's canceled, y'all. We need a new show.
Yeah, I guess so. You know what? No, I lied. It's 4th of July. My second favorite will be 4th of July because I love the fireworks.
I'll take that. I was about to say, could you not please follow the calendar? Oh, Thanksgiving always throws me off. It's the only holiday that only has ever the same stationary time, but not same day. It pisses me off. Anyway.
Yeah, I know everyone else. All the other ones are like a specific day, and it's like the last Thursday, the third Thursday of November or something. I don't remember.
Exactly.
Oh no, Easter moves around too, because sometimes Easter is in March instead of April, which is really crazy.
Yeah, but see, Easter, though important for some, I have debunked as a required holiday in my calendar to be exclusive for everybody. But I get it. It does follow that. But Thanksgiving's the only one that like everybody will celebrate that falls on except for maybe the indigenous people. So maybe even that's wrong. I don't know.
I mean, I admit for Easter, I celebrate the bunny egg hiding side of Easter and not the religious side in the slightest.
Right, the fun part.
Yeah. The one that I've strucken off my calendar is a holiday that does not matter, Valentine's Day.
Well, it never really mattered. It was polarized to make money. So, I mean, there was never, like, if you look into all of that fun background of the holiday, it doesn't mean anything about love. We just made it about love. Or what people believe is love, because, don't hurt me no more. Anyway.
It's about chocolate and sex.
Right, and money, making money, because both food and sex are primary sellers. So it truly is just the Hallmark holiday, which some would then argue then so is Halloween. But
Halloween is more fun though.
But that's I guess it depends if you get in the and you get your favorite dark chocolate from Dove, not sponsored. You might feel the same.
Yes, but see, I strike Valentine's Day down because I have no love and I don't appreciate the love of others.
Oh well, all right, fine. Gonna see myself out, put my hat on. No, Christmas. So the Christmas time, the holiday season. Let's see here. I know we covered a lot of holiday Christmassy stuff during our live stream, but some of the things that we didn't talk about, I wanted to bring up because they bother me. One of the things I love and hate the most about the holiday season, or particularly Christmas season, is that no matter what you do, there's always either a Christmas special on a TV show, there's a holiday special in a movie, there's a holiday special in a game that you play, or like there's a seasonal event, which I appreciate because it helps you feel more connected to it. And some of them are good, and some of them are real bad. Any one of those things jive for you? Like, what do you, maybe a favorite event in a game, or like a great holiday movie? I swear to God, if you say Top Gun, um,
Not Die Hard and Gremlins, the best holiday movies.
was it Die Hard? Why did I think it was
Yeah.
Top Gun? Whatever. Come for me, y'all. It's fine. I'm a stand-in. um, I have to say, for me, it's no. I've been on this program before, maybe a couple years ago, um, where I was like, "Oh, what's one of your favorite games?" or something else. Though I tend towards, the horror, the blood, the gore. I'm also an avid Final Fantasy player.
Mm.
That's the one thing they do incorporate into their games is a holiday event every year. It's a little cute. I think last year they gave everybody a pet polar bear you could ride around on. And they call it
No.
the Starlight Festival, and you go around and do like 15 minutes worth of your time, and you look all cute and shit. Stuff like that, I don't mind. Versus to like, every year the Hallmark Channel pulls out like 17 movies, and it's like during the hot 2021 holiday season only.
I, this is kind of off topic, but I read an article lately where because those Hallmark, like, they're always like romantic things or whatnot usually. That the guy that played in like 15 of the romantic Hallmark movies was gay. He has a husband now. I was like, haha.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, good for him, but too. I guess it just goes to show you that they typecast very much, in everything, and it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter your gender, which is I mean, it's a celebrated win we should have.
Mm.
But that is ironically funny, where it's like, oh, love me, and he's gotten like 17 women in 17 movies, like, and I love my husband.
Yeah. I thought it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But for events, I always like the Overwatch skins. It's not really like the events have been the same for over a year, so it's kind of like, there's no new events. But I always like the skins they come out with. I mean, I like the Halloween skins better because they also
Yep.
do a Halloween event. But and
So
then
can
my
we just?
favorite movie, I don't know if it's cheating, is Nightmare Before Christmas.
I was just gonna say, can we just agree on a middle ground here and just say that The Nightmare Before Christmas bridges the gap between Christmas and Halloween?
Yes.
I do love that movie too. It was one of the ones that I remembered as a kid. They sold a book. I think it was around Christmas time, not Halloween time, which I always got confused when that movie was supposed to be important. I feel like it should be played on both times now as an adult, but as a kid, I'm like, but it's a skeleton about Christmas. So
He
like
dresses like Santa.
you can see that meme of that woman trying to do complex math.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That is me. As that child, I was trying to figure it out. Uh, oh man, it is a really good movie. Tim Burton, messed up individual, great movies. I Overwatch though. I gave up the Overwatch for my sanity. Well,
Yes, I
no,
know.
not really. You should too. You should too. However, I will say they do provide decent holiday updates. I just wish that they didn't get behind the loot box system or
Yeah.
the you have a chance to win system, because then it just feels like no matter how hard you try, you can't always get every single one of them, which I guess is their point because they're trying to retain you.
Yeah. Well,
But
it's also silly because basically it's a roulette, but you get to do the roulette by playing the games and stuff. Whereas if they just had, hey, you can buy these skins, they would make money from it because people would be like, oh, I like this skin, I'll buy it. I mean, you could still buy loot boxes, but you get enough basically usually from just playing the game. So it's like, okay, you could have made money and made it easier on us for just saying, hey, here, buy these skins for like $2 each or
right.
whatever.
Yeah, no, they won't do that because they want both. Then again, business model.
But that's what I
Um,
mean. It's not making them any money because I don't buy loot boxes. I just do loot boxes until I earn enough gold coins, and I get them for free for playing a game. So it's kind
See,
of like weird.
if I want something that badly, I buy the loot boxes.
Uh,
But I also like,
I mean, I do that for PUBG sometimes. Like I was trying to get those weapon skins. I bought a couple of those, but their regular skins are just for sale, and I've bought skins from them. So
yeah, I
I
guess
don't
that's
I don't do that
true.
with Overwatch though.
Yeah, no. Oh god, holiday stuff. I'm trying to think of what else. Like, I know because now we're closing out the year. Like, we're getting closer towards the end of the year ish as we record this. Is there anything like there's always so much hype for Christmas, but then New Year's comes around, everyone's like, it came too fast. I know I've been off from work since Christmas, actually like a day before till now, and I can tell you that I am running out of things to do. And that's just a week. Like, it would be a week's full time to be off, and I'm sitting here in my Steam library, like played it, played it, played it, played it, played it, played it. Ooh, I haven't played you in a while. Might download. Still haven't played it. Um, you know,
Yeah.
so is there anything that you have found yourself that you do in between the excitement of Christmas and bringing in the new year for New Year's that is noteworthy? Like that you find is traditional? Because I know some people do.
Well, my friends, I say friends, but really my siblings and my cousins that are around our same age, and a couple of friends that aren't related, we do a Christmas exchange with them. It's usually after regular Christmas. We do a Secret Santa because there's so many of us, so that we only have to buy a gift for one person, but everyone gets to open something. And then we do like a grab bag thing where it's a mystery what you get, and usually we try to put in funny things, like it's $10 or less, and we try to put in like funny things, and then you can, like, depending on what number you picked, you get to exchange your gift with someone that's already opened it if you want. Um,
Oh yeah, the white elephant or the Chinese auction. People have
yeah,
many names for them, but yeah.
but we usually do that in between Christmas and New Year's, and then on New Year's I had two traditions that neither I'm this year I'm playing games with you guys and Webby on
I know.
on Steam. But previously, in the years before, I had my parents. When I was at my parents' house, we would get into our pajamas and play board games and stuff until midnight, and we would have a steak dinner with my grandma and all our family. And then when I got married, we instead went to our friends' uh, New Year's, which was basically the same thing, but just with our friends, the younger people. We wouldn't have a steak dinner. Usually they'd have like hors d'oeuvres and stuff, like a bunch. Everybody would bring something, and we just snack and play games till midnight.
Yeah, I mean, I don't similar. Growing up when I was much younger, there, aka like high school, not access to a car because I didn't actually get a car till I was after 18. I used to go to my next door neighbors um New Year's party, and I think it's 16 was the first year that I actually had like my first taste of the alcohol because it was right next door, and let me tell you how I went in hard. I went in hard, Rob.
Oh boy.
Um, I can't to this day. I still can't have a screwdriver. Which, if you, I don't know if you know what that is or anybody else. So that's
Mm.
orange juice and vodka together. I had
Yep.
so many of those that I was able to walk home right next door. Let's not pretend I pulled up a feet up the mountain, but it felt pretty long. The best moment of it is though that I started. We have a long hallway, and of course my bedroom's at the end of the hallway, and I guess I didn't shut the door. It was cracked a little bit. Now we've always had animals, animal lover household. We have cats, large dogs, small dogs, whatever. The door was cracked, so I'm yelling at my cat for going into my room. But that's not even the funny part. I'm against the wall and I'm sliding down the wall to try to squeeze through the crack. That's how drunk I was.
Oh boy.
As an adult, um, I either sometimes will stay home, and like this year due to the covids, we are doing. I'm not going to like a friend's house or I have two sisters, my sister's friends' houses, and same thing. Bring some alcohol, bring a little bit of food. I am one of the favored people to bring the food though. Like, uh, oh god, what is it? I think I bring white pepperoni dip, white pizza pepperoni dip. Amazing. It's like cheese and like mozzarella ricotta cheese, and you can have some pepperoni pieces in it. You just kind of do your thing. It's the greatest thing ever, next to queso, in my opinion.
Nice.
Um, and then just kind of enjoy bringing the new year, talk, have fun, experiment. But you're right. This year we're essentially playing games on Steam. I think it's Tabletop Simulator. Not quite
Yeah,
sure.
that and guard killed one, I think. And whatever
Well,
we can all play together, basically.
I mean, I'm glad you know the schedule because no one's told me.
Well, yeah,
So,
I don't know for sure, but that's what I assume.
you already have more than me. That's pretty much like my essential. I'm making up words today, Rob. Essential holiday survival list is have Christmas dinner. Everybody has off for a few days. Do New Year's, go back to work. It's pretty much it.
Yeah. I was
But I
going to
do
say,
know.
with your alcohol story, I actually never drank anything. Well, I had one drink on my 21st birthday. That was it. Like, before that, I never
What?
drank anything. Yeah.
Oh God, Rob, we
One
don't want
drink
to talk
on.
about that.
Well, I used to be a straight edge, just so you know. Still kind of am a little bit. I've never done drugs or pot or anything, so I've
Me
never
either.
tried any of it. But alcohol, too, like I said, I had one drink on my 21st birthday. Before that, I had nothing. And then the first time I got drunk, I think I was like 24. We were on vacation together with a bunch of people, and we all got drunk one night. And I was like, you know what, I'll do it. So I got drunk and had a lot of fun. I made people think I fell down the stairs because there was like we had rented a house, and there was like the porch had like this little thing where you could slide down one side of the house, but it was only enough room for like one person and barely enough. So when everybody went inside, I took my chair and I threw it down the porch stairs, and then I hid over there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was fun. But
Meanwhile,
but now I usually only drink on like New Year's and St. Patrick's Day. But I'm not like complete. And then every once in a while, I'll have one just whenever. But
you do it on the holiday stream. Don't lie.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know if you did it this year because Lord knows I need my beauty sleep.
I didn't this
So,
year, no.
I
Because
mean,
last year I almost fell asleep. I actually did leave early to go to sleep because I couldn't stay up. So I was like, this year I'm not going to drink because it's getting harder for me to stay up because I'm an old man now.
hold your tongue, Roberto. But no, but you know what though, like. And not to go back to our 24-hour holiday stream, which, by the way, listeners, we hit our goals. So if you haven't been staying
Mhm.
tuned, a lot of people have already committed to theirs. I believe Webby did his episode, which I haven't listened to yet, but I wanted to because I wanted to know how much it hurt his soul.
You will hear me yelling in the background like once or twice. And he was like, get out of here.
Oh, well, Rob's not here tonight. You hear Rob in the background.
No, he was doing it with John because he was like, he didn't want to subject us. And then whatever he was saying, I was like, that doesn't sound very complimentary of Booster Gold. He's like, you shut up, get out of here.
You're one of them assholes. I approve. But oh man. But we hit our goal. So thank you all for whoever donated who listened. We appreciate it. The kids appreciate it. Stay tuned. We're trying to do more. We say this every year, but I think we should try to do more. The problem is that I don't have the energy to make people. Let somebody else do it.
Oh,
But
we have a new logo, by the way, which is derived inspiration from both Webby and me. Technically Tamara, but she doesn't listen to this, so I don't have to say that.
no, give her the credit. She won't ever look.
Yeah. So they gave the mascot guy is a panda, and then they put a top hat on him because of me and Tamara's hat war.
Yeah, and anybody who's listening, I mean, we obviously credit our artists. This was done by the very talented at Ursula's Revenge on the Twitters, a personal friend of mine and the groups, but like Rob and everyone, but very good. You need logos. They are one of the first people I go to. This is not paid or sponsored, but she does really good work.
And if you're not listening to this with headphones on, her name is Alexa, and I just sent off everyone's Alexas.
I hate you, and I'm pretty sure everybody else does. In other news, I would like to touch on some of the important stuff for the holidays. So if you have not yet, and you are a listener, and this goes out relatively soon, Rob, I don't know, you should have
It
checked
goes
out.
out tonight.
You should check out the Steam holiday sale because it only goes until January 5th. There is a lot of good things on here that I personally have tried. I'm more of the gamey type of our
Yeah. I got the whole Witcher series for $11.
If you love The Witcher is also out. I heard it was great. Can you confirm the second season is great?
Oh yeah, it's good.
Okay, good. I haven't watched it yet. Don't say anything else.
Oh.
I'm a little behind on my Netflix. I've been catching up on Critical Role.
Gotcha.
And but anyway, to bring it back to Steam, some really good games that are really cheap, which segues into a lot of these games that are being put on sale have holiday events or at least like snow iteration maps. So you should look into it.
Mhm.
Spend it. You get if you got some monies for the Christmas, now's the time to capitalize on that.
I got
Um,
$70 worth of Steam gift cards for Christmas.
from who?
20 from my parents and 50 from my sister.
Oh, good, Rob. I'm gonna give you things that I want. Um, no, I guess it really just depends, but I would recommend it. Like every year, Steam has been getting so much better with doing a lot of sales, but go on there. Additionally, if you're on the Epic Game Store, I just saw something in one of our chats, which is actually, um,
Oh yeah, the thing that James said.
which is really like I would totally share with this. If you're on Epic Games until January 6th, you can get the Tomb Raider games for free, the newer ones. So this is like, or maybe the older one, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. So I'm not quite sure if this is the re-release Square Enix ones. I think they would be because they're all a little older now. But I played the first two. They were really good.
Mhm.
Um, so and they're for free until the 6th. And I think once you download them, you own them. I think that's the way it works with Epic.
Yeah,
Um, but
unless
yeah,
you, I don't know if you get rid of them if you have to rebuy them, but
I'm
I think
not
they
sure
were
because I
free.
know I've done
But
something like that with Origin. Like as long as you download and claim them, Origin is EA's thing.
yeah,
Because it has a game on in EA in their library that I absolutely loved as a child, and it may make a lot of sense. It's called Dungeon Keeper.
yeah.
It's a it's like a basey buildy type thing, but you play the powers of evil fighting against the people of good.
Hmm.
Explains a lot, right? Anyway,
Yeah,
uh,
Steam has one of those that I liked when I was a kid. It's called Shining Force. Like it has two of the out of the three. They were both for the Sega, and there's a third one that was for Sega CD, but they don't have that one. But that was like one of my favorite games when I was a kid, and it's a lot like the one that Webby likes, Final Fantasy Tactics. It's a lot
oh,
like that.
love tactics. Oh, that is. We should do an entire episode of that game. Can commit. Can total. I would. Webby and I would probably fight.
Yeah.
Um.
I mean, so if you ever want to try something, it's on Steam. It's under the Sega games, but
Yeah.
it's a
No.
lot like Final Fantasy Tactics. It's very close.
Yeah. No. I'm looking at it now because I have two monitors. Um. But yeah. No. So just to close that out, because we do support the games and fun. Definitely check out the sales if you have the monies. What else is there about the holidays, Rob?
Well, I thought of another movie I like, but again, I don't know that it counts as Jack Frost, but that has multiple holidays in it as well.
I mean, it does, but when do they play it primarily on TV? That's usually my rule. If they play
Yeah.
it during the crowd, like the November times when it starts getting colder, I feel like that qualifies as like the beginning of December movie. Like you
Yeah.
won't like the Polar Express will start playing like halfway through December because it's like strictly based on Christmas.
Mhm.
Whereas like the Nightmare Before Christmas will play on Halloween and in Christmas time, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
So, oh,
Yeah.
Jack
So it's
Frost.
more like a November, December type movie.
Because I know
Uh,
because Polar Express would be my favorite, and I know that's definitely towards the
yeah.
end of
I
the
like
year
the Polar
line.
Express, but it's not my favorite. It's not one of my favorites.
I only like it because of and I said this on our episode for the live stream, is because it has sentimental value to me.
Hmm.
It's not necessarily one of my favorites. It is to date the only movie with a song in it that can make me cry to
Hmm.
date, and that's because of the emotion that attaches to it for personal reasons. But uh, then it's a really sad movie. Like anyway, we'll
Yeah.
continue on.
my my when I was a kid, we used to watch all those claymation ones, like
Hmm.
Rudolph and Santa Claus is Coming to Town and Year Without a Santa Claus. We used to watch all those when I was a kid. With like our parents would gather around and rewatch all those, and those were always fun.
There
I don't
was
really watch
one.
them now that I'm older, but hmm?
There was this one Christmas movie. I can't remember the name of it ever, and I feel like it's something simple as like the life and adventure of Santa Claus. I really do think that's it. But it was a more animated, not claymation style movie that basically no, I think this is it. I think yeah, it is because there's a fairy on it. So I love this movie, especially during the holidays. I didn't see it this year. I'm actually might look for it because it's probably like $2. Um, but it goes through how Santa Claus became to be. And one of the most impactful things I remember seeing it was like the day after Christmas, and I was watching Cartoon Network because that's how old I was. Um, and it had a scene, and if it's not this movie, it's definitely another one where he was older. Like he had already been delivering presents to children in the local towns, and like it brought people so much joy that he started to, but he was dying. And the angel of death was on her way to take him into the afterlife. And I think I can't remember if it was the spirits of like the world or of the forest or the fae or something, because there's fairies involved, who are like petitioning to make him immortal like them because he brings so much joy to so many people through acts of selflessness, which it screams of religious and all that kind of stuff. But I was like, as a kid, like that's kind of cool. And I remember my favorite scene was the petition was granted and they were given this, I think it was a druid or like a high elf or something, because he had pointed ears and antlers, but he definitely like had like a cloak and brought it to the dying Santa Claus, and it was like, with all due respect, Angel, this one gets to stay. And like just a really powerful movie, and I enjoyed it as a kid, but I haven't seen it in years, and now I'm looking for it on the eBay.
No, I don't think I've ever seen that one. The closest I remember is the claymation one where Santa Claus was young and had red hair, and like everyone kept trying to keep like the mayor and stuff kept trying to keep him out of the town, but he kept sneaking in to give the kids like toys and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then there was like an evil wizard sorcerer snow guy that he ended up fighting, and then they started talking, and he because he was an agoraphobe, but he got him to get out. And there was a song about putting one foot, like put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. I remember
Right?
that. I remember that song. I don't remember what that one was called either, though.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to see if this is the one that I found on eBay. It's like $12. I don't buy from eBay, so I'll just go on Amazon. But yeah, no, because I remember that one, but this one always stuck out, and nobody ever seems to remember this one, which makes me often think that I was crazy. But then I saw it again, and I was like, nope, this has to be it, because Santa Claus and the I'm trying to look for an image.
Yeah, no, I've never seen it.
It's like one of those ones that are like the hidden classics that you don't ever like see.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it definitely is this Life and Adventures of Santa Claus. Oh, it's based off of the story by L. Frank Baum. That makes so much more sense. He's the guy who wrote The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, speaking of holiday movies, I know it's not really one, but I have a Thanksgiving movie that has nothing to do with Thanksgiving, and that happens to be The Wizard of Oz. Because every year on Thanksgiving they play it, and my family would sit down and watch it on Thanksgiving.
I mean, it's a tradition, right?
Yeah.
Yep. No, this Wikipedia article. So yeah, it's definitely this movie. We'll have to watch it at some point, or I'll have to like see if where we can find it, because there's them sites that I don't play with. But uh,
I'm sure Webby can find it, but he probably will not watch it.
oh no, it's one of my. I just have to admit, because it gives the different take, and especially because it's from like the person who wrote The Wizard of Oz. It'll be a little bit different. It's kind of like, and I know this is a little off topic, but whenever I think of this author for the Wizard of Oz series, I often think of the Alice in Wonderland author,
Mhm.
Lewis Carroll, I think. Um, and I always think of the Jabberwocky. I know it's so weird. Have you ever heard about that?
The Jabberwocky? Yeah.
It is a Lewis Carroll. Oh, because it's a poem. Okay, I had to like double search my resource material.
Well, there also was an Alice in Wonderland 2-part TV series that had the Jabberwocky in it, which is one of the. It's a very weird series, but it's great. I loved it. I haven't seen that in a long time either. I should look that up.
I don't know. It's because I remember there was a somebody. The only reason I know about the Jabberwocky was when I was in high school. Some of us used to have a singing voice. That would be me, y'all. There is a song that somebody adapted that tells the tale of the Jabberwocky. So it's kind of, and I was chosen to be saying it. So whether that tells you the person who chose it's a little weird, couldn't tell you, but it opened up my eyes to different parts of English literature that had nothing to do with Christmas.
Yeah, like I said, tangents. But the one I'm talking about was an Alice in Wonderland made for TV movie series, and they split it into 2 parts. And the first part was like the regular Disney Alice part with the Queen of Hearts and all that. But then the second part is she ends up in a world. It sets it up that she never actually left Wonderland when she thinks she's home, and she ends up in the land of chess instead of cards. And like the White Queen and the Red Queen both. Like she's a pawn, and you know how in chess, if you get a pawn to the other side of the board, it becomes a queen. Yes. So basically, Alice is going through all this to become a queen herself, but that her main villain in that one is the Jabberwocky.
Oh, I have to look that up because that actually sounds interesting. Oh God, we tangented, Rob, and I said I was going to keep us on track, and I was going to make this a different episode.
Well, back to Christmas. I besides those Steam gift cards, my family got a lot of them. Got me resource books for the D&D. Like I have Tasha's Cauldron now, and the Dragon one.
Oh, nice!
Fizbanks Treasury of Dragons, and what's his face? Tome of Beasts or Tome of Monsters.
Volos.
Guide to Monsters, and the Dungeon Master Guide, which I didn't actually have a physical copy of. I only had the online one.
Oh yeah, no, I have some of those too. For me, for Christmas, see, my family is really weird. Like, it sounds like your family would fit in line with my morals, like I want to give you something that I know you like and use. So when you say a gift card to Target, I give you a look. So this year, and we usually go small because we're not kids anymore. We're not younger, you know. That's Christmas is usually more fun when it's with children and all that. So we do like, this is what I would like. If you can get it, you can. If not, whatever. So I've been recently brewing my own home cold brew, which is a process that I used to work at a Dunkin' Donuts. That was actually my high school job. So I know how to make iced coffee. It's not hard. But cold brew was something different for me. So I've been making that at home, but I have had to go, call me a basic white bitch or whatever you want to say. But I go to Starbucks and I'd be like, can you grind these coffee beans for me? And I know they hate it. So they probably don't, because it's probably the easiest part of their job and it gets them away from the counter for a minute, but I don't know. But I would use those coffee beans. So I got myself a grinder, or I asked for a grinder for Christmas, and that's what they got me. So now I have a grinder to grind my own coffee beans. So now I can try different coffees from everywhere over the internet.
That's cool.
Some people have some really good opinions on some ones, and I want to hear it. I want to try them. So if there's any in here, hook a brother up.
But you know how I talked about that gift exchange thing we do in between Christmas? They just did it today. Obviously, I wasn't there because, that was on Christmas Day. I went down to see my family. Actually, it was the day after Christmas because I tried to go on Christmas Day, but there was a freaking giant ice storm here, just covering everything in ice, so I couldn't get there. But I went the day after. It was a 4-hour trip down and a 3-hour trip back. So, yeah, I didn't go down for my friend's gift exchange, but I took they had the gifts for me, so I took them with me, and I opened them today. And one of them is the official D&D cookbook, which I got to try some of these recipes. They have a human section, an elf section, a dwarf section, and a halfling section. And then there's an exotic section, which it had like roasted halfling with something or other vegetables. And it's like, Now we know that roasting halflings is controversial in some parts, so we've put we've also added an exchange or whatever, an alternate meat source. I'm just like, oh my god!
And it's
But
like
like
what, ham?
I didn't read through all of it. I was just laughing at the top description, but I'm probably or something like that, or chicken. Everything tastes like chicken.
Mhm.
But there, like some of the human recipes, like there was rations, like how to make travel rations. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna make these things.
Part of me just pictures a bento box, then that's rations. It's like, here's some cheese, here's a piece of bread, you know.
And then at the end, it had drinks, like it had how to make Elvish wine and stuff in the back. I was like,
Oh,
okay.
you can send that to me now. But I feel like it's going to be essentially a take on like sangria, because you can't
Probably.
like, because yeah, though I do love me some sangria, but not during the winter. Who doesn't love sangria? Don't anybody say anything in the comments. Thank you. Well, that was fun. Yeah, we don't. Because of the nature of COVID and me being a more of a semi-recluse, I don't have a group of friends that do that. Most of my group of friends would do like dinner. Like we would go out and celebrate and do dinner and drink because it's been easier to get people to come along. So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Man, Christmas. Thank God you're over.
Matilda
There's
got
so
some
much.
gifts
Huh?
too, huh? Matilda
course she
got some
did.
gifts too. She got a flask, like her hero Webby, so now she could be his drunk buddy.
By a flask, I hope you mean a stuffed animal.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
flask that says Santa Claus, paw me another.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen similars. That's why I'm like, I think I know exactly where this is.
And she got
Yeah,
a candy cane. She got some rawhide candy canes, which she ate all of already because she was a fiend for them. She was a crack fiend, Webby said. She ate most of them while he was watching her while I was at my family's.
didn't he have to give them to her in order for her to eat them? So isn't it
Yeah,
his fault?
yeah.
Glad we had this conversation. No, but Christmas, I feel like I love Christmas because it brings so much people joy and happiness in life. Like, this is genuinely one of the happiest times of the year for most people. It's also the saddest, given your personal take on it, but it's so stressful regardless of which
Mhm.
spectrum you're on, like, because you want to make everything perfect, and one little thing, if you're like a calm individual, like, you'll blow up and it'll become something so stupid, and it's not like you. So part of me is happy that it's here. People who love it got to enjoy it. People who tolerate it or celebrate or whatever get to celebrate and then have moments with their families, because this past year that we've had, or 2 years now almost,
Mm.
with COVID rampanting, and everything that comes along with that, because I'm not trying to get political because
Yeah.
I ain't drunk enough for that. But it we need little things like this to keep people going, and I'm really happy that we had it, and I'm hoping it wasn't stressful, and hopefully 2022 is a better year and not with all the memes I'm seeing lately of it's just 2022, aka like part 2. I'm like, don't you see that? You take it back, Barbara.
Yeah.
Unlike whatever social media platform.
Linda, listen.
Oh God, how you guys haven't seen that for the longest time? I don't know. Do you live in a rock? This is Patrick. I'm just kidding. Oh,
But yeah, I mean, talking about the anxiety and stuff. I had my first. What are you barking about? You want me to tell them you got a new bowl too? Yeah. Webby's
oh,
mom got her a bowl set with that's raised up, so she doesn't, because she used to eat her food and then spit it all over the floor and then pick it up and eat it. So I don't know why, but Webby's mom got her a tall one that has like a storage underneath, so that the food is right there. I just have to lift it off and put it in her bowl.
and
She
not a
does.
tall one.
Yeah, she doesn't do that anymore. She just eats it out the bowl, so spitting it all over the ground. Ah, you like it? Yeah.
She's one of them people. I forgot I ordered something off Amazon. Where are you?
But the what I was gonna say about the stress before I was interrupted by a crying baby over here.
Mm-hmm.
I had the first panic attack I've ever had, and I did not realize how horrible they are.
We haven't talked about this. Doing what?
I wasn't. I was just watching TV, which apparently it just comes. They just come out of nowhere. I was watching Bones with Webby, and then all of a sudden it just happened. But it's from stress, and I know it was because it was Christmas Day, and I had tried to go to my parents in the ice storm, and it was like I don't like to drive even in the snow. Ice
Mhm.
was 10 times worse. So
I know.
I was like,
I was here with him on a call, and I'm like, Webby. I'm like, I was telling him, like, we can't make him. Like, we have to hope that he's smart enough to know that his life is worth it. You know, all this other kind of good stuff. And you're like, I'm not going. I'm like, see, he chose life.
but because of that, and then I got upset because I made my mom cry because I wasn't coming for Christmas, and like I got so upset about it. But and then I came after I had come in. I just laid in bed for a while, and then I got up to watch TV with Webby and blah blah blah. But we were just watching Bones, and I felt perfectly fine. Like I wasn't stressing out at the moment, but all of a sudden it got like I felt like I couldn't breathe. Like the room got dim, where I felt like I was just going to pass out, and there wasn't anything I could do about it. Like the room got dim except for exactly what I was looking at. Like everything around turned like encroaching black, and I seriously felt like I was dying. I was like, "Oh my god, this is it! I'm dying! I'm fucking dying!" So like I sat up straight, and I was like, "But Webby's like, are you okay?" I'm like, "I don't know, I don't know, I don't know." And then, but it only lasted for maybe like 30 seconds, and then it went away. Webby's just like, breathe, breathe, breathe. So I was like, he's like, in through your mouth, or in through your nose and out through your mouth. So I was doing that, and like it went away, and I calmed down, and I told him, I'm like, that's the worst feeling I've ever had. I seriously felt like I was going to die right then and there. And he's like, oh, that sounds like a panic attack. I was like, what? He's like, I've had them before. I was like, but I'm like, we were just sitting here watching Bones. I don't understand.
That was a
But
hell of an episode of Bones.
yeah, but I
No.
looked up the symptoms, and he was right. Like feeling like you're gonna die is the top symptom of a panic attack. I
Oh
was like,
God,
oh god,
that is not the symptom of a panic attack.
that's what it says.
No. So
Oh,
for all the listeners who don't know, I'm the one of all of us. I don't know what everybody else has. I have a degree in psychology. That is not in the book. There's a book that every psychologist has to refer to. Feeling like you're gonna die is an internet search tome. Like there are like you have to have of a list of 10, you have to have 8 of these for them to diagnose you with like panic disorders. Like,
mm.
you know, things like
Oh
that.
no, I don't think I have a disorder. It just was
No,
like,
I know, but a panic attack is the result of high induced levels of stress. So, and
mm.
because it triggers your systems in weird ways. Not to discredit, because it feels god awful from everybody I know who've had them. And it's a lot. But I'm also gifted to where my high stress moments are followed by me sleeping. So I sleep through my panic attacks. It's a family trait. But that's horrible. But you know what? I mean, I get it. Like you moved away, you were ready to go, you were in your car, but Mother Nature's like, not today, son. Sit down. And she's made you. But yeah, and you know what? And adding the stress from your parents, like there's a lot of. It wasn't all just your stress, and I think this is something that's important to say because it does tie to the holidays. Is that people put, whether they mean to or not, stress on others, especially around the holidays.
Yeah,
So, like one of my things, and I'll be perfectly honest, because I said earlier, we're like adults now. I
yeah,
buy my nieces and my nephew more Christmas gifts than I buy my mother, and she's like, I'm okay with this because, like, you know, that Christmas is for children. But we did Christmas dinner and we had family over, and my cousin and his new wife that just got married this year, she's been around for a while, so you know, it's not like, oh, for whatever, this will be the second Christmas. They got me a card, and I'm like, fuck, 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 fuck. I didn't get them a card. Like, and that makes me feel like the asshole.
yeah,
But we've never done it before, so it's just something that I have to remember now to make sure that I get them at least at minimum a card for Christmas because I know she's going to do it because that's something she does, and my cousin's lazy, so his wife is going to do it. Um,
yeah.
but
I,
don't. I mean, it just it's really sad. Like, and I know, and I don't think your mom intended to do anything. I mean, we can't even say it was her, but it didn't help. Like, you know,
yeah,
that they were upset that you wouldn't come. But at the end of the day, and Webby said it best, if something were to happen to you going to them because they guilted you, that would be the worst thing they could ever feel. So
yeah,
as a child, their child, you, me, anybody, the best thing you can do is be like, listen, I don't want this to be the last time we talk and us fighting about me not coming to Christmas. I'll be there tomorrow and I will see you. And you have to be the one, because if they force guilt you into something, they'll feel even worse. And
No,
then
and they
you'll
didn't even try to guilt me. It's just she just started crying because I wasn't coming. But she was like, "No, no, I understand. It's fine." She's like, I'm crying. Don't listen to me cry or whatever." I was like, "Okay."
Why was she crying? Like, is your mother that emotional?
Yes, she's
Oh, okay.
very emotional. Plus, I also hadn't seen them for almost a year because I moved away in March, and this was the first time I was actually coming back to see them because I didn't have a
Oh,
vehicle previously. So it's been almost a year since I've seen any of them. So
I can, okay. I
yeah,
understand. And you were really close. Like, you were not like in the same house, but you were like within distance to like stop over for a visit before,
yeah,
right?
we would
Okay.
we would have dinner every week, dinner and game night every Friday usually.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. So whereas we were talking about emotions earlier, this
Yeah.
time of year, like I could see it. This is like a very heavy time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and she probably didn't mean it, and it probably meant the world to her that you were there the next day. So happy
Yeah.
ending to the story.
Yes.
But
Yes. Yep. Yep.
oh man.
Mm.
Uh,
But yeah, I see what you say about children too, though, because like I get my niece, my youngest niece, who is 3, I think now, 3 or 4. But I get her a gift, but my other, like, as we've gotten older, my family started doing Secret Santa so that we didn't have to
mhm.
buy everybody stuff. But then my other sister wants to buy everybody stuff, so we did this thing where we started getting the other people that you didn't draw for Secret Santa like an ornament for their tree or something. Which I have changed because I don't. I For one thing, I haven't had the room to put up a tree for a couple of years, so I haven't. So it's like all these ornaments are just going in my ornament box to never be
I'm
seen again.
gonna pause you for a second. Did you put up a tree this year at Webby's house?
No,
Okay, continue. Didn't think so, but I wanted to ask.
no. Next year, I'm gonna try to put. I'm gonna try to get like an artificial one that'll fit in my room because he said I'm free to decorate my room for Christmas. I'm like, yeah,
Oh
but
man.
that's the only one who'll see it. He's like, your stream will see it. I'm like, yeah, I'm the only one that'll see it. But anyway, because my viewership is 0. But so anyway, so I started getting people things that were like about the same amount of money as an ornament, but something they wanted. Like people have stuff on their wish list, usually like books or whatever. I'm like, that the book is like $5.99. I'm like, that's the same I would spend on like a Hallmark ornament. I'll just get them book instead. So I've been doing that, hoping that they would get like do the same thing, and some of them have, but anyway, so we only do the one, and now my niece and nephew, my nephew that was in the army, and my niece that has graduated college, are now in part of the Secret Santa. So the only one I actually buy for are my parents, and then my younger niece who's only 3, and then my rest of the whoever I get from the Secret Santa.
Rob, I accept all gifts if you need to send gifts my way. Thank you. Uh,
I did.
no, I
Gotcha,
know.
kid.
No,
No, I know what you're saying.
you
You
used
can
my
have my
seed.
ornaments, sure.
No, I don't want the ornaments. I mean, you can buy me books. I'm a book reader. Shit. Uh, no. But speaking of that, I think that's a great topic to just roll into, because due to the holiday live stream, which we're still on the topic of the holidays, a lot of us have strayed away from streaming from the broader distractions media group.
Kelly, stop.
And some people are coming back. I actually am considering doing so myself, even though you know my complications and I can't
Yeah.
necessarily say them on here.
Yeah.
But because they're mostly because I love playing with people. And I forgot that I love that connection. And now I'm seeing like a lot of our friends who we play D&D with are going back to it, like Alexa has been doing more. Apple, who has guests on this podcast once or twice, has been doing it more. Ryan has been doing it again. Like, we all did it around the same time, streaming outside of distractions. Those were friends of mine before they became friends of the distractions group. And it just seems like it's having more fun. And you're starting again, hopefully. I heard. Is it true or not? Mike's
Yep.
hot. Tell
I've
everybody.
been I've been streaming on Wednesdays. Well, this Wednesday I missed because I was dealing with Webby and Devin's problems, and I looked at the time and it was 5 o'clock. I'm like, this is awfully late for my 3 o'clock stream. But I've been doing every other Wednesday playing Overwatch with B, and then I'm going to be expanding because one of my goals for the live stream, if we made our record, was to start a D&D one in January. So I'll be starting a D&D.
I haven't received any DMs.
Nope.
Am I not invited? Okay.
I haven't chosen other than B. No one else. I haven't decided who I'm joining yet. But
I'm kidding.
you are most welcome if it's a time you are available.
Oh god, it's gonna be like 2:00 on like a Monday, and I'll be like, I'm working.
Listen, she works. She lives in England. She's got weird availability.
Listen, I understand. That's why I'm saying no. 2:00 on Mondays don't work for me. That's a no from me, dog.
We'll see. I'll try to find a place where that's good for most people.
Exactly. And that's half of the battle. Jesus.
Also, I don't know if they listen to this, but between you and me, I saw Ryan streaming. I'm like, wow, Ryan's kind of cute. I'm jealous.
Oh, for the love of Jesus God! Don't give him an ego. He doesn't need it. The voice betrays. I admit, the first time I met them in person, because Ryan never was visible. Alexa knew what she looked like immediately, or they looked like immediately, because of the stream. And I know they've seen my picture before, but when we met up in person, I'm like, you are not what I expected. Because the first time we met in person was at PAX East when we were. I went to Boston, and that was quite a few years ago. Which I would love to get back to, but COVID needs to be done. So, but yeah, no, we're gonna pretend I didn't hear any of that. But if I get drunk enough, it may come out. So you've been warned. Oh God, Rob, how long have we been doing this shit?
It's about the hour mark. We can sign off now.
Thank Jesus, we've tortured these kind folks long enough. Hello.
Did have a science corner, but I don't remember what it was now.
Professionals, y'all. Professionals.
Yep. We're so professional.
I mean, I am. That's why you only get me on here like twice a year.
You're too professional for the unprofessional show. I don't remember. Just science good, not science bad.
Y'all, that is like the word of the heavens. Anyway.
Yeah, it was something about the magnetic field or something. I don't remember now. I had it all set and I can't even find the article, so we're just not having. There's no science corner or getting real with Rob this week, and we obviously do not have our Devin thing either.
Was I supposed to prepare a bit?
No.
Oh, I was about to say you didn't tell me this in the messages.
No, my getting real and then Devin's life advice. If you have life advice, you feel free to give it, but if you don't, it's fine.
Drink more water. Like, I mean, that's gonna be my life advice. Drink more water in your life. You don't realize how much you don't actually drink, and stuff made with water doesn't count, aka every person out there who's like, but I'm drinking coffee, it has water in it. The answer is no. You didn't drink enough water.
Oh, damn. Does it work for I'm drinking soda? There's water in it?
Roberto, I'm going to fly down to your house and beat you. Or drive up, because you won't come to my state, so.
Pennsylvania, the hellhole? No.
Not technically wrong. Anyway.
But yeah, anyway, so that's it for this evening. You can follow me, or actually, Avelos, where can people find you?
Well, beyond not doing anything and just being a slum on the internet, they can find me at Shadowfrost27 on Twitter. I don't do much there. I kind of follow people. I like stuff sometimes. That's about it.
And you can follow me at Confessor_X on Twitter and at Twitch at twitch.tv/ConfessorX.
Woo!
And you can tweet the show at simply unprofessed1 if you'd like, or yeah, that's it. It gave me that, and it wouldn't let me change it. So we're simply unprofessed1 with one S. So
I have limited words.
And anyway, as always, except for that one episode, fuck Booster Gold.
Oh, I'm supposed to say that, aren't I? Fuck. Yep. Dot.
I ain't the kind
Have a
of
good night,
wear a
everybody.
tie.
Good night.
Working up from 9 to 5. I tried that life but said goodbye. I'm not always polite, but I get the job done. Who says the work can never be fun? I'm simply unprofessional.